Welcome to AL-HOUROUF Channel. Today, we tell the inspiring story of Achraf Hakimi, a little boy with a simple ball, a big dream, and a heart full of hope. This is a story about family, hard work, kindness, and never giving up. Once upon a time, there was a little boy named Achraf. Achraf lived with his family in Madrid. His mother loved him very much. Every morning, she sat with him at the breakfast table and spoke to him gently. Achraf, never forget, with hard work, love for people, and a kind heart, you can achieve your dreams. Achraf listened carefully to his mother's words. He did not have a big palace. He did not have a golden ball. But he had something more precious than all of that. He had a dream. He dreamed of becoming a great football player. After school, Achraf would run outside with his friends. They played football in the street. There was no big stadium, there were no bright lights, there were no thousands of fans. There was only a small street, an old ball, and children and playing together. But for Achraf, that street was the most beautiful stadium in the world. He ran very fast. His friends shouted, "Achraf, you are as fast as the wind!" One day, his father saw him playing. The father smiled with pride, but deep in his heart, he also felt worried, because the road to big dreams is not always easy. That evening, Achraf's father sat quietly in the living room. He was thinking about his son's future. He knew that Achraf needed someone who believed in him and supported him. Achraf's father was not rich, but his heart was full of faith and love. The next day, the kind father took Achraf's hand and said, "Come, my son, we will go together to search for your dream." Achraf got on the train with his father. He sat beside the window and looked outside. The houses, mountains, and fields passed by quickly. His heart was beating with excitement. After a long journey, they arrived at a very big place. Achraf stood in front of a great building. It was Real Madrid. Achraf looked up. Everything was so big. But he was only a small child with a backpack on his shoulders. Still, inside his heart, there lived a very big dream. Achraf began to train with all his strength. He ran, he got tired, sometimes he fell down, but every time he fell, he stood up again. It was not easy, but whenever Achraf felt tired, he remembered his mother. He remembered his father, and he said to himself, "I will not give up." At school, Achraf also worked hard and learned. He understood that a strong football player does not only need fast feet. A strong football player also needs a smart mind and a kind heart. Days passed, years passed, and Achraf grew up. He was no longer just the little boy who dreamed of a beautiful future. Today, he had become a strong and fast player. He played in big stadiums. The lights shone brightly. The people cheered his name. "Achraf! Achraf!" He played with great clubs. He won wonderful victories. He carried shining medals. But Achraf never forgot the most important thing in his life. He never forgot the people who sacrificed for him and helped him reach his dream. After every success, he looked at his mother and father with love and gratitude. They were with him when his dream was still very small. And now, they were with him in the stadium after every new victory. Achraf hugged them and said, "Thank you both. Without you, I would never have reached this place." Then a very special day came. Achraf wore the red shirt of Morocco. That shirt was not just a shirt. It meant homeland. It meant pride. It meant love. In the stadium, Moroccan flags waved in the air. People sang and celebrated. Children shouted his name with joy. Achraf played with all his heart, and the people were proud of him. But Achraf knew that success was not only about fame. Success also means helping others. Achraf's humility never changed. He remained a humble and kind person with the people around him. He visited children in his beloved homeland. He gave them gifts. He brought smiles to their faces. And he said to them, "You can dream too. You can succeed too. Start with one small step and never give up." The children smiled, and Achraf smiled back at them, because he remembered himself when he was a little boy. He remembered the old ball. He remembered the small street. He remembered the big dream. Achraf takes care of his mother, his father, and his siblings. He carries a great love in his heart for his family and his homeland. And Achraf sets off with his teammates to chase a new dream. In his heart, there are many beautiful words. Dreams grow when they are surrounded by love, patience, and hard work. And this is how the story of Achraf Hakimi teaches us an important lesson. You do not have to start big. The important thing is to start. Believe in yourself, love your family, help others, and never give up. Because sometimes a big dream begins with a little child, a simple ball, and a heart full of hope. The Atlas Lions book series, an enjoyable football journey inspired by the paths of Morocco's football stars, available on Amazon in several languages. Search for Koora or AL-HOUROUF. The Atlas Lions, a dream, a passion, and Moroccan pride.